The kind of accusation that Lancelot made against the Lone Star last week, that cannot be allowed to go unchecked. But what the champ suggested is incredibly serious, and that's how I'm gonna treat it. Tonight, the Lone Star will have a chance to respond to the allegations made by Lancelot last week in a face-to-face meeting with the champ. However, and I mean this 100%, if either one of them so much as lays a finger on the other, their Nitro main event match will be off. We have transformed the GAW Academy into one of the greatest wrestling promotions on earth, and Nitro 11 is our crowning achievement. I will not let it be ruined by a petty personal feud. To see Island Nation at Nitro? I don't think I am. Folks, welcome to GAW Evolution. We already know that we've got a huge show here for you tonight. Women's champion Ballesca Pierce is in action. We just heard from Jason Parker. We will get a face-off between Lancelot and the Lone Star. And after what Lancelot said last week, I cannot wait. And now here we get two teams that might be headed over to Nitro. Buccaneers attacked Eddie Hernandez and Yunsan Park, the tag team champions, a couple weeks ago. Devin Andrews saw to that. So now they have Nitro aspirations. Let's hear from Yunsan Park, half of the tag team. I'm going to put all the speculation to bed first and foremost. Eddie Hernandez will be competing at Nitro. You'd have to kill him to keep him away, and even then, it probably wouldn't work. Devin Andrews can attack us all he wants. The Buccaneers can play all the mind games they want. Eddie and I have dreamed of holding gold in this new academy since the day it began. But Andrew Wesley and Oliver Parker robbed us of that moment, but you gotta make lemons out of lemonade. And at Nitro, we will have our crowning moment. You sure as hell can't stop us. All right, Yunsan Park, he is motivated, so is Eddie Hernandez. Hopefully, though, Hernandez will be 100% when they fight at Nitro, presumably against the Buccaneers, but Kurt Andrews, Devin Andrews, they gotta get through Island Nation first, and there's no doubt that Island Nation is one of the fastest rising tag teams in the world, certainly the fastest rising tag team on Evolution, I think. So the task is pretty difficult here for the former Academy champion and the most dangerous free agent in the world. And make no mistake, I mean, Devin Andrews is still a free agent. He's just managed to slither his way into these big-time matches. He fought Lancelot for the Academy Championship a few weeks ago in a street fight. It was Lancelot's first defense of the title. Now angling for a match at Nitro. Eddie Tonga into a tequila sunrise with Kurt Andrews, and Kurt able to dislodge his arm. Kurt very flexible, a tremendous athlete as we know, but Eddie Tonga just so strong in that knife edge chop. Backs Kurt up, and now into the corner he goes. Waiting is Yamamoto, Kobayashi, and here he comes. Devin Andrews sees what's going on. Kobayashi comes off the top of the sunset. Devin Andrews tried to stop it from happening, and now Kurt could be in serious trouble here. Kurt able to kick out. That was big time. But Island Nation, how good have they been so far? To get this, Kurt Andrews, oh, he caught Kobayashi coming in. German suplex. Folks, go check out the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. Read full recaps of every show as they happen. You never have to miss a minute, and you do not want to. Nitro begins next week. Later on tonight, we will have a full readout of all of the Nitro card as it stands right now. You do not want to miss this. Kurt Andrews with a swing. Maelstrom from the Buccaneers. Devin, that was his first entrance into the match. Will it be his last? No, it will not. Eddie Tonga was there, and Tonga able to play defense on Devin Andrews, not so on Kurt. High angle teardrop on Eddie Tonga, and now Kobayashi left alone in the ring with Devin Andrews. An underground fighter, a kickboxer. He is one of the best in the world, and now he's showing it. Look at the incredible athleticism of Devin Andrews off the ropes in a high cross. Kurt is known as one of the best athletes in general admission wrestling, but don't let it fool you. Devin right there as well. Kiss the canvas from Devin Andrews. Rolls him over. Now another cover here from Devin. Eddie Tonga's got to be able to get back in the ring. Is he going to make it? He cannot. Just not enough there. And the Buccaneers go to win it immediately. Devin just taunting the downed Kobayashi. Eddie Tonga was almost to his feet by that time. He almost made it happen. And man, I wish he did. Island Nation, in my opinion, deserves to be at Nitro. They deserve to have that opportunity. I absolutely believe that. But the kiss the canvas from Devin Andrews, just too much. But this was the beginning of what's going to be a great show. As I said, we will have the women's champion Ballesca Pierce in action. We will see Sam Hunt versus Oliver Parker. We will see Midnight versus Santanico by the numbers. That is going to be one of the best matches on the Nitro card, I absolutely believe. And we will see the face-off between Lancelot and the Lone Star. Right now, Sam Hunt and Omega Woods are backstage. They will sign their contract for their match at Nitro, and this is the scene backstage as those two prepare to sign this contract. Security everywhere. We are not taking any risks with the physicality we've seen between those two men.
All I ever wanted was the world. I can't help that I need it all. The prima donna life, the
much like Island Nation, Kaitlyn Dunlap is trying to fight her way into Nitro. But unlike Island Nation, I don't think a lot of people actually want to see her there. I mean, look, maybe I'm just being biased, but that's the way I see it. However, a win here in this match for Kaitlyn Dunlap, it would go a long way. It would go a long way to securing a spot at the biggest show of the year, which is, of course, what everyone is fighting for. Again, we will run down the Nitro card right now, at least from the Evolution side, in just a few moments here, as Nitro just a week away, March 7th. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. A year of work for these wrestlers to get to Nitro 11, and it is almost here. It's unbelievable. Yamamoto is going into Nitro to fight Queen Alexia. And what a moment it will be for the two brightest young stars of the Evolution Women's Division going up head-to-head at the biggest show of the year. Of course, Kaitlyn Dunlap certainly believes that she should be in that category as well. So this here is a point of pride more than anything else for Kaitlyn Dunlap, I believe. And I don't blame her. So let's see what she's got here going against Yamamoto, and a huge thrust kick from Dunlap to start things off. Dunlap has often said that she is GAW's hottest young rookie, and that will not be the case coming into Season 3. I mean, she won't be a rookie anymore. She will be as established as anyone else, and that means the expectations for her will be up just a little bit. Same with Yamamoto, same with Queen Alexia. Moto straight jacket into a neck breaker, well done. So much to fight for at Nitro. Yes, every title in GAW is on the line. But it's about more than that. Now it's about bragging rights. It's about doing it on the biggest show of the year in front of more eyes than any other place. That's what Nitro represents, and that's exactly what Yamamoto and Queen Alexia are going for. Moto off the top, drops the knee on Dunlap's shoulder. You don't often see the high risk from Yamamoto, but she knows who she's going up against at Nitro 11. Season 2 is coming to a close with a huge bang, and I cannot wait. Nitro is going to be amazing, and then everything we have going forward is going to be unbelievable. Yamamoto starches Dunlap with that huge right hand in the cover. Dunlap kicks out. Once again, later on, we're going to see the women's champion, Ballesca Pierce, in action. Coming up next, Sam Hunt versus Oliver Parker. Omega Woods waiting for Sam Hunt at Nitro. They have both signed their contract. No physical altercation between the two men. So at least we have that. Dunlap off the bottom rope. Double knees. Takes Yamamoto into that middle turnbuckle. Kaitlyn Dunlap now drops Yamamoto right into position for the superiority. Beautifully done. Kaitlyn Dunlap, she's just getting better every match she fights. Now is Moto in trouble. Moto is up to the task. Again, if Dunlap is to get the win here, you know, maybe she'd have a claimant going after Queen Alexia, or maybe not. Rainmaker from Yamamoto. Yamamoto was not messing around at all with Dunlap in this match, and Moto puts her to sleep. One of the great young stars in Evolution today, and she is going to Nitro. She is facing one of the other great young stars in Evolution today. Let's hear from Queen Alexia. She is standing by backstage. Yamamoto, you're not nearly as slick as you think you are. I've seen people like you before. Stars from birth, but pretend to be too humble to notice. But I know you notice, and I know you love it. I know you're scared of me because I can take all of that away from you, and I will at Nitro. See, I was born to be a star too, but not because I was handed the silver spoon. It's because I was blessed with star quality. That's the difference between a wannabe and the real deal. Eventually, your ego will get to you. I will always live up to my potential because that's what I'm born for. Sam Hunt has been unbeatable in GAW so far. Infallible, absolutely indestructible. Omega Woods hopes to change all of that at Nitro. But for right now, Sam Hunt wants to show that he is the most dangerous man in the world by proving it against one of the best in general admission wrestling in Oliver Parker. I mean, what a match this is. By the way, folks, check out our playlist on Spotify. Link is down in the description or on the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. All the music from across GAW all in one place. Sam Hunt's entrance theme, as well as our Nitro theme music, which I have had on repeat for 2 weeks because I just cannot wait for Nitro 11. And I know that all of the GAW roster feels the same. Maybe everyone except Omega Woods. Whatever he says, I don't know if anyone is very anxious to get in the ring with Sam Hunt. I know I certainly wouldn't be. I wonder if Oliver Parker is. Parker, during the Stormchaser tournament, captured, I believe, the number 2 seed out of the 16 men that have made up the GAW. Okay, wait a minute, it's Andrew Wesley out of nowhere. Andrew Wesley, it's Oliver Parker's opponent at Nitro 11, and Andrew Wesley going after Oliver Parker before this match could even begin. And I'm seeing, looking down to the ring, it's Omega Woods jumping into the ring. Sam Hunt just grinning at Oliver Parker. He didn't realize that Omega Woods was right behind him. Woods with a cold 45. It's the second he's hit on Sam Hunt. And the animosity between all four of these men coming to a head. Andrew Wesley and Oliver Parker just brawling all the way up the ring. It's Omega Woods and Sam Hunt in the middle of the ring. They're going at it as well, just exchanging strikes. Wesley and Parker have moved over to the side of this backstage area. Hunt able to get a space, but here comes Omega Woods back off the ropes. What a lariat. Parker and Wesley still going at it up here. We've got referees to separate Woods and Hunt in the ring. I don't think there's any separating Andrew Wesley and Oliver Parker. These two might just be brawling until Nitro. There is so much hatred here, and Andrew Wesley puts an exclamation mark on this. Let's take a look at the card as it stands for Nitro 11 as we get these people separated. Oh, we were talking about it earlier. Queen Alexia and Yamamoto, two of the hottest young rookies in the world, battling in the biggest show of the year. The Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge returns, and for the first time ever, Evolution wrestlers will be a part of it. Tune in to Friday Night Storm to hear the competitors. Midnight versus Santanico, undefeated versus undefeated. We'll have more on that match in just a few moments. The Buccaneers versus Eddie Hernandez and Yunsan Park, made official after their win earlier on. Park and Hernandez need this big win. Omega Woods versus Sam Hunt has been made an unsanctioned match, the first in the history of GAW Evolution. Anything goes, and we will probably see anything happen. Andrew Wesley versus Oliver Parker. It's a last man standing match. The second straight Nitro to feature a match of that type, and both featuring longtime enemies. Ballesca Pierce versus Lazara, two of the greats in Evolution right now, and Pierce needs to hang on to her title. Lancelot versus the Lone Star. We will see their standoff coming up next. It's the first time ever that Evolution wrestlers have main evented the biggest show of the year. Lancelot won it, but can he retain his title against the undefeated, the as so far unbeatable Lone Star? We will find out, but right now, let's get to the women's champion, Ballesca Pierce. She's in the ring. This is a very interesting pick from Ballesca Pierce as far as her opponent tonight is concerned, but it does make a lot of sense in my opinion, because Sophia Sweetness obviously trained with Lazara for a long time. Those two fell out a few months ago, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Sophia Sweetness learned a lot from the former women's champion, and a lot of her game is modeled off of what Lazara taught her. So Ballesca, this is a very intelligent choice from her. This is probably the closest analogous that you will get to Lazara, and that's exactly what Pierce is counting on.
Keep it at bay. Can't blame the people for trying. Just let me fall to my grave. Just let me fall to my grave. Look you. Just let me fall to my.
The women's champion remains one of the most popular women in the world. There's no doubt about that. Certainly more popular than the women's world champion up over on Friday Night Storm right now. But you know what? I digress. That's a totally different issue. By the way, folks, join our Discord server. Link is down in the description. We have such an incredible community over there in Discord. You absolutely want to be a part of it because we have some huge announcements coming for you at Nitro from the GAW front office. And I'm telling you right now, folks, you want to be in that Discord when you hear what those announcements are. That is coming to kick off Nitro 11 on March 7th. So let's see what Ballesca Pierce has against Sophia Sweetness. Again, probably the closest that she will see to someone like Lazara. In terms of body type, there's really no match. Lazara is so tall and so muscular, it's really difficult to find someone who brings that same level of athleticism and strength and power. But at least in terms of approach, Sophia Sweetness is pretty close to Lazara, and you can bet that Ballesca Pierce is working on countering the Make My Fortune. She did it already in their first matchup, so I wonder if Lazara will come in with the same game plan. That's what I'm curious about. Sophia Sweetness just swats away Ballesca Pierce's strike, but she eats an Olympic slam for her troubles. Folks, go follow us on social media right now. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all of our channels are open. Links are down in the description. Ballesca Pierce, triangle choke here on Sophia Sweetness. She didn't have that arm locked in, so Sweetness able to perch up on her legs. You can relive some of the greatest moments from General Admission Wrestling all over on social media. You can get news, you can get info, you can keep, oh man, Ballesca Pierce, almost with a DDG there. Wow, Ballesca Pierce, that was not what I was expecting from the women's champion, but she is so confident going up against Lazara. I mean, she's using other women's moves to win matches at this point. Ballesca obviously took on Kaitlyn Dunlap, won a match with a DDG leading into that contest, and she's apparently decided that she likes it. She's going to keep using it. So a message sent to Kaitlyn Dunlap, a huge message sent to Lazara, and we will see Ballesca versus Lazara for the second time with the Academy Championship on the line at Nitro 11. Once again, folks, I don't know if you've heard me say it before, Nitro 11 starts March 7th. That is a week from now, but for now, let's get to Santanico and Midnight by the numbers. Midnight and Santanico, the men with the two best records in General Admission Wrestling. Their match at Nitro will be the first ever at the event between two wrestlers with 15 or more wins and no losses. The two men who have never lost a GAW match will fight for the Underground's title at the biggest show of the year. So let's take a look at Midnight and Santanico by the numbers. Midnight has held the Raw title since introducing it to GAW as the Underground's Championship at Stormchaser Sydney back in March of 2021. When Nitro begins, the champ will have held the title for 358 days, the longest reign of any champion in GAW this season. His 14 defenses of the title are the most of anyone in GAW since we moved to YouTube, and puts him among the most elite champions in our history. Only 6 other fighters have defended their titles 14 or more times successfully, with an average title reign of 584 days. That puts Midnight on a historic pace. If he is successful at Nitro and continues his reign to that 584-day mark, he's on pace for a GAW record 23 successful defenses, which would make him the most prolific champion in history. Santanico, very possibly the world's most dangerous man. His history in the Underground is unmatched, a true legend of that arena, making him the perfect man to fight for the Underground's title. He's barely been pushed in his 15 matches this season, running through a murderer's row of fighters as dangerous as Angelo Diaz, Igris, and Derek Cole. In a season so impressive, what singular number could possibly stand out? 6. That's the number of different offensive moves Santanico has used to win matches this season. From the impossible to break Crimson Abyss, to the face-cracking power of the Dead Man's Lobotomy, to even Midnight's own Sleepwalker, Santanico has proven to be so versatile that he is nearly impossible to pin down, which makes Midnight the perfect man to try. His incredible mix of offense is maybe the only one that can rival the Master of Pandemonium. Who do you have in this match? On the biggest show of the year, this contest may very well be the best of them all. Hello, Gibson. I see you're gonna keep up your act and pretend like your attack last week doesn't prove that you aren't who they think you are. Out of respect for Jason, I haven't put my hands on you, Lone Star. Out of respect for Nitro and this company, I will not hurt a hair on the Lone Star's head. But you see what's pissing me off is that you still stay silent because you can't hide who you fucking are. You shouldn't even be here. I ended your career, Garrett. Say something, say something, say something. You come back under this false identity, hiding your ugly face and acting as if you shouldn't be in prison for injuring me. You're a fan, not a wrestler, and you shouldn't be in the main event. With me, I am the wrestling god. Lancelot, and a big fat stupid all of a sudden silent Texan is not gonna beat me in my ring. You're right. I wouldn't beat you in your ring. Good thing when we fight at Nitro, it won't be your ring. At Nitro, it will be GAW's ring. It will be the fans' ring. And I can win there. I know I can win in that ring because I already have 6 times in a row. Don't be stupid with me. You can't talk your way out of this. You won over a dozen matches just during the Stormchaser tournament. You were a former champion before you lost it to the unworthy Kurt Andrews. You know how many times you've won in a GAW ring. 6. That's how many times. At Nitro it will be 7, and I'll tell you why. Because all I care about is winning matches. See, what people lost in the shuffle of a growing academy and a new evolution is the simple joy of winning wrestling matches. The unmatched adrenaline of winning championships, which you would know about. Professional wrestling is the greatest adrenaline rush I've ever been a part of. It's why I gave up everything to do it. To some, wrestling is a business. To others, it's a jumping off point. But I don't think that's what it is to us, Lancelot. To us, I think wrestling is very simply about the desire to win and nothing more. I will give you credit for being the most dangerous man I could ask to step in the ring with, have already stepped in the ring with. But I also believe that you can't beat me. I believe I'm better than you in a ring where there are no secrets, no traps, nothing but just you and me. And I don't believe it scares you. I don't believe it should scare you to think about our match. I believe that you will be at your best in the first ever main event for people like us, which will make it even sweeter when I beat you like a government mule in the middle of that ring. There it is, confirmation, Garrett fucking Gibson. It's clear you found a loophole, and that's why this match hasn't been thrown out yet. But I'll level with you. I won't be 100%. Vision in my eye is extremely limited thanks to you. But I fear nothing, I fear no one, Gibson. You are not going to leave Nitro the same. I'm going to break you. And win, lose, or draw, I am history.